Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bibbidi Bobbidi News. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Mayra.
And we can't wait to share what's happening in the magical world at Disney, including a new update to an old favorite ride.
New update? I do not think so. This is the third update that this ride is going.
We're definitely going to get into that, and definitely some, of course, Disney movie magic with a new movie on the horizon, and as well as hype for D23 and their awesome panels. So let's get started. All right, so last week we discussed how Disney is slowly but surely having progressive changes by adding hints and little nods to LGBT stuff in their movies.
Yes. And I came across this article that I just had to show Jasmine because sadly it's her favorite classic.
It is.
Yes.
It is a classic, timeless classic. It is The Lion King.
And you know what? I agree though, I'm not for it. And it's not because, the idea, I love the idea, but I just feel they chose the wrong character for it.
I agree.
Yes.
So essentially what's happening is they are making Simba gay. And they say it's due to the fact that Timon and Pumbaa are in a same-sex relationship.
Right.
So while Simba spends time with him growing up, he becomes gay or realizes that he's gay. And that's great if it was a brand new movie.
Yes.
I would be totally fine with that.
Yes.
It's not a brand new movie. It is a timeless classic. It is important to a lot of people. Right. And Disney changing a character that is already established and has had sequels and TV shows based off of what happened in The Lion King, it is going to hurt a lot of people and the fandom that they have for Lion King.
Right, because no one likes to change their past a little bit. Like when you have kids, you want to share what you had and what you remember, and this is a total 180.
It's a whole different story. I am for LGBT in Disney. Lots of people have this own fan theory that Elsa should be gay, and that's fine.
Cool. That makes sense.
It does make
because she doesn't
sense.
have a story behind her yet.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's fine. People called that for Moana as well. All these princesses, even Merida, all these princesses that didn't have.
Yeah, Merida would be a great one.
It would be, and they didn't have love interest. So I'm for LGBT, and I love Lion King, but I'm not for ever changing a character that's already established. So this is only a rumor that we've seen online floating around. No official sources have reported on it. So hopefully it stays in the rumor mill. And Disney, I don't know what's going on, but they're changing a lot of classics, and we're gonna get to that later.
All right, so let's talk about movies for a minute. Haunted Mansion, directed by Guillermo del Toro, one of my favorite directors, and actually ran into him believe it was a year ago at Crimson Peak's opening screening.
Cool.
And I brought up the Haunted Mansion, and he said that's still pending, but it looks like it might be a go. So far right now, it's still rumored. I hope it does happen, because that would be a great film.
That would be awesome. I love all the adaptations from rides that are becoming movies.
Yes.
So not just Haunted Mansion, but Jungle Cruise, which is going to be starring The Rock.
Yes.
Who did an amazing job as Maui from Moana. So I'm excited to see all these movies that Disney are making. They're being really creative now.
Yeah.
They're like doing these rides, and all the lore behind the rides are gonna become movie magic.
Yeah, and not even that, they're even making a themed Haunted Mansion restaurant at the Magic Kingdom. Also rumored, but looks like it's gonna go. I hope it does. It would be so exciting. Haunted Mansion has been getting a lot of hype with books, merchandise, purses, like everything. I'm excited.
All right, so Disney has taken a classic and is changing it again for the third time. Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'm for the change, Mayra.
I am not.
She's completely against the change. Essentially what they're doing is they're taking all the women that are being auctioned off, and they're taking off that complete scene, gone.
Well, see, no, they're not actually taking it off. They're just they're adding to it.
Okay.
They're just changing the whole idea of auctioning it all. Well, auction off women.
So they're auctioning off what instead?
Valuables.
Okay.
Pirates steal and all that. So what else do they have?
Things that are supposed to be auctioned off, actually.
Yeah.
Women should never be auctioned for. And they're changing the redhead, who is a beloved wench in the Pirates ride, and they're changing her into a pirate, which I think is so empowering and awesome. And I feel that way, and the other half of the Disney world and fans do not feel the same way.
And because we're not thinking of it that way. We're not thinking about, we're actually auctioning off women, which it is portraying that. But the fact is, it's also a little bit about history. It's taking a little real life into it. And plus, not that, it was been there for 50 years and more, like even more. And no one had a problem with it before. I don't know where this sensitivity has
I've always had a problem with it. I have always had a problem with that scene.
Then how come we're not offended by the Haunted Mansion where the wife
because
her husband?
Because the Haunted Mansion is something scary. That's everything scary.
Exactly, and this is about pirates.
No, I understand that, but the thing is, like in the Haunted Mansion, that's all about scary storytelling. Like everything scary can be considered controversial to a point. Ghosts, witches, whatever is happening in the Haunted Mansion ride, that's all semi-controversial depending on the viewer. But you know that going into it. Pirates, I understand. It's a historical timepiece where pirates flourish. Pirates still exist today. And I understand, but you got to keep in mind a couple things. Number one, Disneyland is a theme park, not a museum. We're not there for history. Second of all,
but this is the thing though, it wasn't even there for history, but it was just implied.
I know, but a lot of arguments are, oh, well, that's part of the history. Why are you changing it? This is what existed back then. This is exactly the image that you're trying to send.
No, I just think people are just complaining that this is how it started, and no one really had a problem with it. And if they did, it didn't stop them from going. Just don't ride the ride.
You're saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Pretty much.
I'm saying it's been broken, and I'm glad that they're fixing it.
I guess, but I am totally against it because you make it seem like everyone's mad because they're changing it. There's a female pirate, and I have not seen any comments about denying a female pirate. I want a female pirate. I think the redhead
You just
will
want
make
a new character.
No, why not add
new
more?
female. Why change her?
Yeah, and even then, female pirates, when they were there, they were just as bad as male pirates. Like, it's just a part of it. I think people are just hurt because we grew up with this ride like this, and now everything's changing. It's a little bit different. And like I said, I'm not against with the change. I'm just a little hurt by it because
kind of how I feel about Lion King.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
But I feel like when you look
at it, wrong. She's gonna make a badass pirate.
The lore behind each ride, every Disney fan knows and tells it to every person they bring into the parks. Every time I go into the parks to bring someone new, I tell them about the Haunted Mansion.
Right.
I tell them about the girl with the pearl necklaces.
Right.
Same thing with pirates. So to see, I think, in my eyes, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing someone who was oppressed and became empowered. And that way I see it, and then people who ever ride the Pirates ride will know that that girl was once a wench and became a pirate. And I think it is a stronger message, especially for children that are going to the park, to see a female pirate. So I'm glad.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't want my kids to see that. Why should they see that? But yet again, that was history. Like when I write it, I totally think it differently. When I write it, I see it, wow, it used to be like this. And it makes me appreciate more how we are now. Like we're not, it's not auction.
Disneyland's not a museum, it's a theme park though.
It doesn't matter. Because if that's the case, then look at Lion King. Why are the changes?
All right, guys, D23 is officially 1 week away. Next week, I'm going to be crying. Probably at all the panels that are happening. So panels in the past, for different conventions, they're hard to get into. Celebrities are there. They're awesome if you care about that kind of thing, but usually hard-hitting news doesn't always hit panels. But at D23, they do. So it's incredibly important that if you want to hear that news,
you need to be organized and set your schedule because it's one that's going to be really crazy and overcrowded.
And these are the panels, the top panels that are happening at D23. Right off the bat on Friday, July 14th, first day of D23, we have Pixar and Walt Disney Studios. The upcoming films hosted by John Lasseter. It is at Hall D23 at 2:30 p.m. We're getting behind the scenes footage of Coco and Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, Wreck-It Ralph too. I'm excited for that.
She's excited for that. A surprise announcement, star talent, musical performances. So they are starting off D23 right with that. The next day on Saturday, July 15th, they have a couple of panels there too that we're excited to be going to, including a very hard-hitting one. Triple Threat, Disney, Marvel Studios, and Lucasfilms are going to be in one panel together at Hall D23 at 10 a.m. And again, that's going to be showcasing all the movies coming from those studios, behind-the-scenes stuff. I think it's amazing. They're probably going to have celebrities there, probably going to have actors there. So if you're a huge fan of like Avengers or Star Wars, I would definitely be there.
Yeah. And if you're like a merch person like me, that's probably the best time to go get all your merch. But anyways, and if you're a girly girl like me, they're hosting a panel called The Power of the Princesses. And I know I'm going to try to make that. It's hosted by the...
Magical. So magical.
And it's hosted by the... World of Disney animators, right? And then they're gonna have the voice actors of Ariel, Belle, Tiana, and
Moana! I love Moana. It's gonna be at Stage 28 at 10:30 a.m. And to end D23, they have a very special panel for Lion King. It's the celebration of it. It's going to be at 10 a.m. D23 Expo Arena. The animators are gonna be the directors there, producers there. They have special guests there. They're gonna be talking about what happened with the movie, behind the scenes, cute little details, bloopers, that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to be celebrating Lion King and going to that panel. So it's my favorite movie. But yes, we'll see you guys at D23, by the way. Probably at the panels. I'll probably be crying. All right, guys, that does it for us this week at Bibbidi Bobbidi News. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Mayra.
And check us out next week when we're at D23. I'm so excited. We've been waiting 2 years for this. We will be there. Definitely check out our footage of us there. We're probably going to be live as well. In the meantime, We hope you found this video very informative. Definitely click share with all your friends.
Yes.
Share the panel news. It's incredibly important, you guys. These lines form really fast. Make sure you schedule things on time. We're trying to help you get ready for D23. Also, leave us a comment below. Tell us what you think about the Lion King news and the Pirates news.
Did you like it? Are you against it? Pro what? We want to hear
definitely tell us your opinions as Disney fans. What do you think? Hit that like button and absolutely hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending in geek pop culture. Pound it.